Unlocking the 4GT Vault Interceptor Unit. What's going on, my fellow Google Docs leakers? My name is Sid and you're watching a channel that is currently in its best performing week ever on the channel. And that's a fact. Like, look at this graph. Whoa. So there's a lot of you that are new here. So my name is Sid. As always, I do this little Discord intro thing now, and I'll always say welcome back and then refer to you guys as some random subsection of person. And I say my name is Sid and you're watching a channel, and then I say some random thing about the channel. Well, another thing about this channel is it is also half of a podcast. The other half is Ross McGill, also known as Instant Action. That's the Animosity podcast. Do go check it out. Episode 4 was released Monday. It's on Spotify and YouTube. The links for those will be in the description. Let's get into the video. So the chase. It's been out for a while now. It's been out for a week, actually, to be exact. 1 week on the dot. Today, we're unlocking the 4GT Vault Interceptor Unit, and we're going to be doing this via playing the Vault Interceptor Unit Academy Summit. Description of which is: Speed Trap, Escape, Slalom. New York will be your training center this week. Reach the top of the Big Apple's leaderboard and get your Interceptor Unit degree. And yes, that degree, as all degrees, comes with a 4GT spec'd out to that type of degree. So while I'm still waiting on my accounting spec'd 4GT, I'm just gonna go ahead, get this 4GT for the Vault Interceptor Unit Academy training of sorts, I believe it is. But enough waffle, let's head over to the summit. And this is going to be a full pro setting run. I'm going to be showing you the pro settings, the cars, the parts that I'm using, the whole lot. And we're going to be going into this summit and trying to get platinum, and then expect a video as soon as this summit concludes itself of some good old gameplay of the car, because I believe we're getting a new event next week as well, hopefully. The rewards are 52k parts, which honestly I need none. I've got 3 million spare parts. Blue tires, which sure, I mean the solid color tires I rarely ever use, but the Ford GT Interceptor Unit Platinum, meaning it's only linked to this summit and that's the only way you can get the car. We're gonna hop in and let's do the speed trap. I do believe just before I loaded into this, I saw that there's only Platinum players ranked at the moment, meaning that not even 3,000 people have played this summit yet. So I believe that means I'm gonna be put straight into Platinum after playing one event. Now that's a title. But hey, I'm not that scummy, okay? I'm a small YouTuber. I've got no reason to be clickbaiting. Actually, that's a lie. I'm a small YouTuber. I've got every reason to be clickbaiting. But you know what? That's not the kind of content I'm trying to provide. Here's the drag car, here's the parts, here's the stats, and here is the pro settings. Simple as that. I think here I've got a decent distance, and you know what? I'm not even gonna mess around. I'm just gonna go for this one. I guess not. Here we go. That's by far the best I can do. Honestly, that is the most annoying speed trap I've ever tried to do. But what's the score looking like? 125, there you go. Quick little tip, press square or X if you're on Xbox, and go ahead, go down, scroll to whatever number you want, whatever number you think you'll be able to achieve. Go to them. Once you get there, select it and then select Ghost. And I'm going to be doing it in the Bugatti Divo Magma. So there we go, I'm going to do one that is using the Bugatti Divo Magma. Of course, here's the car, here's the stats, here is the pro settings. There you go. You can look at those, or of course the link to the website with all of the pro settings for every vehicle will be in the description. It will be down there. Use that. It's an insanely helpful thing. The Crew 2 community is just always on it with just insanely useful stuff. See, the crew thinks it's funny. It thinks it's funny. See, there was me thinking that when I set a ghost to an event, they would actually get this. I thought the game would work and actually set the ghost, but no. Instead, I've had to sit here and just guess as to where the game wants me to go or where the best route is. But eventually, I did realize that This road right here, if you follow the route I just took, is actually the road from my best locations in the Crew 2 video that I did, and also the one from how to complete the Crew 2, because this is a road that I use for just long distance driving. It's a road that just goes on endlessly until Salt Lake City, where you can just turn again. But for here, it seems like it's a good shout to get away from this escape. Okay, there's so much traffic on this road though, it's insane. I wonder if I can try and attempt to deal with this traffic and get more distance. Okay, I'm driving away at an angle, so I'm not actually driving away, and there we go, that is the end of that. But 10k score, or maybe could I get away a bit more? Nope. Time to off-road. I want any more distance that I can get. There we go. 11k score, that's not that bad. Win skills, 15 skills, there we go. 121k. To be honest, based on just RNG, if you keep hacking away at that and trying to get a lucky run where you have less traffic and less trees, you could probably get quite a high score on that one. But instead of that, we're going to head over to this slalom. Right, so for a split second there, I saw the leaderboards for this slalom. And to be honest, I was surprised to see that it's the Hummer HX concept. Now, I was expecting it to then be a off-road slalom, but it wasn't. And nice topper there, by the way. It's not like there was a scheduled maintenance to fix something like that, no. So I'm going to try it in the HX concept. Of course, this is the hobbies car for the Explorer hobby. There's the parts, there's the stats, there is the pro settings, which there is none because a core hadn't done them at the time that I had this. There we go, these to 0, these to 10. These are the pro settings for the HX concept. Let's get this slalom done. Here we go. Now let's see what the whole gist is with this being so good to do in this car specifically. Of course, I hit a pedestrian car. This thing is quite nimble, I must say, and quite fast. I'm keeping very close, at least, up to this Citroen. Wow, this thing is good. Let me try that one more time. There we go, slightly higher. To be honest, I did crash in that one, but that's a good score. This is a really good car, considering it's this good on asphalt as well. In fact, I did worse than the one I did before. So, never mind me. Here's the Enzo Ferrari. It's equipped with the new tires from the Battle Pass. Couldn't tell you what they're called, but they're new. And they're actually hollow. Like, there's actually holes in these tires. Here's the parts, here's the stats, here is the pro settings. Here we are doing the Bronx event. I believe the shtick for the whole summit is that all of the other events besides this one are in Vault Interceptors, as far as I can tell, at least. And one later on that's in the Pontiac Firebird for some reason. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've already crashed and lost a lot of time on this event. This thing's brakes might as well be made out of sponges. Of course, the Bronx event, only really known for its place in PvP. Can't remember, you gotta turn left as soon as you get out of that bridge, and then you're kinda set until you get to this bit where you gotta remember again that there is a turn, and I didn't expect to hit that so well. I completely forgot that this thing's brakes were very bad. But, you know what, other than the fact that its brakes are bad, because you can get used to that and then just sort of brake more, this thing handles quite well. Obviously, I own it, because I own every car, but I never really drove this thing, so. Obviously, I already own this thing, and I have driven it before, but I just kind of gloss over the new cars at this point, because obviously I buy them just so I can have all the cars, really. So it's not too special to me, but to be honest, it's quite fast. It's quite fast. If its brakes weren't absolutely abysmal, I might use it more often, but the tires are okay. That's a decent score. Parts, stats, and pro settings. take a good look. They're all... Wait a second. What is this? No, no. What is that? Excuse me? Is that the new Mitsubishi, but just here? Hold on 1 second. So they've just put the new Mitsubishi into this event without adding it to the game? I am baffled right now. That's honestly very surprising that they've done that, how they've done that. They've just added, well, I guess that spoils actually 2 of the 3 cars that we don't know about yet, I assume. Unless that's just a normal car. Unless that's just, well no, because it has the thing on top of it. It's got the topper. Yeah, so it must be the Interceptor version. I'm so confused at what's going on right now. They've added a car, but not added the car. What? So does that mean it's coming out next week then? It must do. Because it can't not come out next week realistically, because it's not in the game right now, and it is in the game. I assume... I've got nothing to assume. I don't know. What? They've added a car before adding the car. Can anyone explain? I don't get the thought process. Why isn't it in the game? Did I miss something? Was it meant to come out with this patch notes? Have they forgotten to add it? What's going on? Okay, yeah, good score, I guess, but I'm just confused. I just don't... What? Also, if you look at all the cars that they've added and the ones that are coming out soon, there's only 3 more slots left for new cars, and I guess one of them is that Mitsubishi. Which is, yeah, it's an Interceptor, because it's got that little front thing as well. The ramming thing. Okay, so that's 2 of the 3 more cars to come out this season. And I can maybe guess the other one is either going to be the Voiture Noir. I believe it's Voiture Noir. I'm not sure if on that first word. I know the second one is Noir though. It's a very expensive Bugatti. Similar to the Devo and also nothing like the Devo. Either that, either one of the classic Bugattis. I didn't want a nitro there in case I overshot. Or just something. Honestly, I don't even know with Ivory Tower anymore. That logic baffles me. I assume it will come out next week. I assume it will come out next week. But the Elite Bundle's coming out in 2 weeks, so surely they would release it with the Elite Bundle. Because it makes no sense to just release it on its own. I guess. Because the Elite Bundle comes out on Christmas, on the Christmas Summit. Santa Cruz? Something like that? I'm genuinely being baffled right now by a decision from Ivory Tower. Did they not have enough Interceptors? So why haven't they added it yet? It does look very cool. I'll admit, it looks quite cool. The Mitsubishi, because it's like a classic or more Japanese style police car. Classic Japanese style police car. And I like that look. It's like JDM, but police car. Near the end, I did begin to spin out a little, so I may have lost a couple seconds there, but... Oh. And that's probably lost me a few, to be honest. But what kind of score is that? I don't want to have to do that again. We are looking at 114. I'll take it. You know what? Because this is an exclusive car summit, I'm gonna have to redo this one over and over again anyway. I did this one first, then I did this one, and I'm just gonna go straight into this one. So I don't have to switch my parts over straight away to the Firebird. But it's like, it genuinely... I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm just spouting the same stuff over and over again. Also, by the way, we are 653rd right now in the summit, with not even every event done, so that's quite the feat. And there it is again. It's just haunting me at this point. Maybe it's on purpose, you know, maybe it is on purpose. There is a couple shortcuts in this one, so I am going to show a lot of this race. I haven't always been the best at hitting these shortcuts, however. That's one, I believe, and I think that's the only one. There's also a tip coming up. And just the tip, that is. Just the tip as in, that's the only other thing to show in this race. Go left. Go very left. Because if you don't, you'll crash into that. But I, for some reason, didn't have the power. How does that work? Like I said, I'm going to be replaying this summit, like a lot. Because I need the 4GT. I'm going to have to do this event again and again, really. I really don't like the snow. I really do not like the snow. Here we go. Oh, too much power that time. Nice. Okay. Well, I did actually hit the rest of this second lap a lot better. And what would I be if I missed out on this 4GT? Especially when it comes to for the content. Because I'm not allowing that to happen. What kind of score are we looking at? Sub 110k. But, like I said, I'm a replay. You get the gist. You get where the shortcuts are. You know what to do. Let's Firebird this now. I've switched my parts over. The same parts as before. One of them is missing a bit of pure for some reason. But those are the parts. And these are the best pro settings I could find. For some reason, I couldn't find anyone's buyer core for it. But these are the ones I could find. Second to last event now. It's Harlem East, of course. Sticking in New York, not going anywhere else. Here we go, and I can't lie to you. On some aspects, I think this thing looks cool. On some aspects, I think it looks very bad. But there is a couple of shortcuts in this one. I'm not gonna keep that horn on. As cool as the headlight, tail light. No, the police light topper is. I really shouldn't have made that turn that good. I completely messed it up. You can squeeze your car in here, meaning you avoid not only the jump, but the jump, really. That's all you avoid, because jumping isn't as profitable in the crew. Braking is. Braking definitely is. And then as you're coming through here, you can just slip in through here. Brake. You can respawn, and it will respawn you just in front of that checkpoint, but you have to turn slightly. And the respawning in the crew is very not cool sometimes. So I just prefer to just brake really heavily and use that instead. I've obviously got the nice red interior in here, just making this car look all fresh. I used to have this thing look like a very default Pontiac Firebird, but in the sake of the summit, I've customized it. I messed up both of my shortcuts on that second run, so this is going to be an abysmal time. But at least you guys now know how to do it, and I'm going to do it in my spare time, hoping to get it, but you guys know how to do it. I've earned bucks as well now. Not even 100k. You know what? I'm not surprised. I'm going to redo that one eventually. But let's go on to the last event, and this one, I believe, is in the 4GT. Now, before it used to say vehicle loan, now it says vehicle forced, which is it's more aggressive than loan. You know, there we go, loaned vehicle selected. See, it says loan there, but then for some reason we're being forced, apparently. I've driven this thing around already in test drive, that is, if you just go to the HQ and then test drive it, but I haven't driven it in an event yet. And it's going to be stock parts, which I'm not sure how high they are, but they're still stock parts, so they're probably not going to be too good anyway. And yeah, there is only 3 hypercar. Oh, I don't have my yeah, I don't get the parts boost from my parts being Nitrochemist and Frantic. Jesus, this thing is not as good as a track car, which is what I was expecting. But yeah, it's just a track event in a Ford GT hypercar. I've liked this car since it came out. Fun fact about it, when it released in real life, one of the requirements to be allowed to purchase this car was you had to have a social media following, which is why people like Captain Sparkles were able to get it. Of course, they would have gotten it anyway because they have that kind of money, but yeah, he has a 4GT, and one of the reasons he was able to get it was because of his following. It's a track event, there's not really any shortcuts, except when sometimes there is. Sometimes there's just respawn shortcuts that just skip entire laps somehow. There is actually only 3 hypercars in the game that are Vault Interceptors. There's this thing, the Chiron, and the Veneno. One of them being free, one of them being a summit car, and one of them being technically free if you do all your challenges, that is. That's a decent time for a mixed event. But yeah, there's 3 different types of unlockable cars. And oh, what was that? I was expecting like a cutscene or something there, but that puts us at 160th, which is not too bad. You know, not too bad at all. That is a platinum run complete. I've shown you the pro settings. Some of the scores were bad, yes, but that is a platinum run for the Vault Interceptor Unit Academy, unlocking the 4GT Interceptor Unit. It's been fun. I've shown you guys pro settings. Like I said, check out the podcast, subscribe to the channel. I do like putting a lot of effort into these videos, so let's get me to 200 subs. That's all I ask for, because I've been looking forward to that number, to be honest. As close as I've crept to it, I've been looking more and more forward to 200 subs. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I'm gonna head off in a bit.